You are listening to Grim and Stone, the Mountain Perspective. This podcast may contain objectionable language.
Welcome to Grim and Stone, the Mountain Perspective. This is our take on what's happening in the world. Well, again today I am flying solo. So, I will talk about something I usually don't talk about. Gaming stuff. Xbox One. Anybody who is interested in the Xbox One for the last month or so has been very upset with Microsoft. Microsoft was saying that, no, you can't trade your games unless they're on your friends list for 30 days. There's no buying or selling of used games. And then you had to be online all the time. So, anyway, the fans have spoken, basically told Microsoft to F off, that they would not be buying their game. And last night, Xbox did a 180. They announced almost a full reversal to the controversial digital rights management features built into the Xbox One. My favorite thing was about a week ago, if not even that long ago, there was this conference, E3, and this guy that I watch did an interview with Larry Nelson, one of the head people from the Xbox, and he was adamant that it's not just so simple as to flip a switch and turn all this stuff off, and this is why, we built it this way for a reason. Well, last night they flipped the friggin' switch and turned all of it off. So, my advice to you, continue to tell Xbox to F off, and don't buy it. I don't care that they've changed their mind. This is the company that was going to bend you over the barrel and take your money with all this DRM and constantly online stuff. And all of the change now is solely because their pre-orders were suffering drastically. So screw them. Let them friggin' drown. I mean, they're fine. They'll survive. Enough knuckleheads will buy their stuff. But we gotta send a message to them. So, hey, let's go to our famous veteran, Gene Rodenberry. A quote from Gene Rodenberry: "The strength of a civilization is not measured by its ability to fight wars, but rather by its ability to prevent them." Gene Rodenberry is most famous for creating the renowned Star Trek franchise. It began with a 3-year season run in the 60s and has thrived to this day. Well, everybody knows Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock and Bones and then every derivative thereafter. Your Star Trek Next Generation, Star Trek Enterprise, Deep Space Nine, all of those. Star Trek Voyager. So, the man was a creator of a huge legacy. Born in Texas, Rodenberry grew up respecting his father's profession as a police officer. And although he scored a high grade on college entrance exam, he decided to go to junior college and earn an associate's degree in police science. Once he finished, the 20-year-old Rodenberry enlisted into the United States Army Air Corps in 1942 and graduated as a second lieutenant, Class G. After Pearl Harbor, Rodenberry was sent to Pacific Theater, where he flew with the 394th Bomber Squadron, 5th Bombardment Group of the 13th Air Force. He personally piloted a B-17E Flying Fortress named the Yankee Doodle. Okay. I read it as Doodle originally, but it is Doddle. Doddle. After 89 combat missions, and at the rank of captain, Rodenberry was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross and the Air Medal before being honorably discharged in 1945. Following the war, he was known to meet up with other veterans at the California Monterey Peninsula Airport. And says he went through, let's see, Rodenberry's service ended. He spent 4 years as a civilian pilot for Pan American World Airways, but became an officer with the Los Angeles Police Department in 1949. Reached the rank of sergeant. Wrote speeches for Chief William H. Parker, who supposedly the character of Mr. Spock is based on. In 1956, Rodenberry left the force to pursue his career in writing. And working as a freelance writer marked Roddenberry's beginning in the entertainment industry. Eventually, he was able to produce his first television show, The Lieutenant, which followed characters in the United States Marine Corps. In 1966, after two nearly failed pitches of Star Trek. Let's try that again. In 1966, after two nearly failed pitches, Star Trek aired for the first time. While not a critical success in its first iteration, Roddenberry's creation has continued to influence people for generations. So a big salute to Gene Roddenberry for his military service and for providing us with Star Trek. And now we're going to go to weather. And we're going to go to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, also known as Columbia. Right now it is 86 degrees. Winds out of the east at 9 miles an hour with a humidity of 38%. Looking at a high of 86 degrees. And tonight there'll be a low of 69 with a 20% chance of rain. Winds out of the northeast at 9 miles an hour with a humidity of 76. So there you go, another quickie. Have a good weekend. We will talk to you on Monday.